Welcome back. It is time for What's Hot, where we talk about the stories that have us all talking.
We are joined by the People Pro, Barb Bartline, and Jeff Wagner is back. Our first topic today, taking a step back and looking at how to prevent tragedies like the deadly Oklahoma tornado. One big question people are asking today, why are not all homes in Tornado Alley built with basements? And does the area have enough underground shelters? Basements rare in Oklahoma because of the damp soil. There are just some places like in Texas too, you can't build them, or
you're on top
the
of
cost
rocks.
is astronomical.
Right. I mean, here's the reality. If you live in a tornado alley, or you live in an area that's prone to hurricanes, or you live in an area that's prone to extreme flooding, the truth is, you know, when Mother Nature goes up against what man does, Mother Nature is always going to win. And these are always just, I think, some of the risks that you have. I'm not sure, honestly, there's much else you could have done in Oklahoma because, again, it's cost prohibitive to try to, you know, put in basements. Yet, should you have more storm shelters? Yeah, but, you know, how practical is that?
Well, I agree about the basements, Jeff. Yeah, it may not be possible, but I think they could have more storm shelters. And I think there needs to be very clear-cut policies and laws about what needs to happen in a state of emergency. As you may be aware, in Florida, for hurricanes coming, there are mandatory evacuations. They do not want people to stay in harm's way.
But there are days of notice before a hurricane.
Yeah,
I mean,
tornadoes, you might have 5 minutes. Yeah,
well, you may have 5
to
minutes,
half an hour.
But you know what, Courtney? They're predicting them with greater and greater accuracy. That, yeah, I think we could do a better job. I do.
But I mean, see, the problem is there was nowhere to go here. I mean, I mean, there's just they give out the warnings.
And you kind of have to guess where the tornado is going. Is 10 miles okay? Do you need to go 3 hours out? I mean.
And I guess I look at, I mean, we talk about storm shelters, and yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know, when you're talking about an elementary school where you've got hundreds and hundreds of kids, how practical is it to put, you know, the equivalent of a, most of these storm shelters are real small.
In Oklahoma, it might be practical. If you look in the past 14 years, they've had 3 very, very serious tornadoes, deadly tornadoes.
Yeah, it might be good public health policy.
Okay.
All right, guys. We have more coverage of the heartbreak in the heartland to come.
Let's take another live look at our Red Cross phone bank this afternoon. This will go until 7 o'clock tonight. The number to call and donate generously, 888-363-0023.
Milwaukee makes millions off of parking tickets. Now the city wants even more money.
The mission of the city of Milwaukee shouldn't be to stick it to people.
See the expensive new way drivers could be targeted, and you paid for it. Tonight at 10 on today's TMJ4.
Choosing an innovative new Nissan is easier than ever. In fact, during our first Sign and Drive event, all you need is one of these. Sign and drive the all-new Nissan Altima or the all-new Nissan Sentra.
I need a pen. Boom. Whoa. Yep. Thanks.
Shop at ChooseNissan.com.
Carpetland USA Flooring Center.
Get store-wide Memorial Day savings of up to 73% off. Plus, 4 years free financing only at Carpetland USA, West Dallas and Racine.
Get great prices on nursery quality plants at Mills Fleet Farms Garden Center. Mix flowers and vegetable plants to build your own garden flat. 48 plants are only $17.99. A patriotic hanging basket is just $9.99. Add seating to any outdoor gathering easily with folding armchairs. For only $8.99, choose from adult and kid sizes. Lakes and Rivers sports slides for the family are on sale. They're only $9.99 each. For more great deals, check out FleetFarm.com.
If you see any evidence of harm to your loved one in a nursing home, the medical trial team at Habish, and Rotier can help you and your family find out how and why it happened. Call or visit Habish.com for a free consultation. Just click for help.
Hello.
Buy one room, get your second free. Plus, get up to $500 off.
877-241 Luna.
Heartbreak in the heartland as tornadoes devastate Oklahoma. Stay with today's TMJ4 for breaking news coverage. Plus, the stories of survival, stories of hope, and the ways all of us in Wisconsin can help. Today's TMJ4 News.
And another day with really strong and violent storms down to our south. That's where all the energy is. It's the same storm system that produced that big tornado yesterday. Tornado watches through portions of Texas and into Shreveport, including portions of Arkansas as well. But portions of Oklahoma still dealing with severe thunderstorm watches. The good news is, as much rain as they've been seeing through southern Oklahoma, the pretty much end of the storms is in sight for them, so they can finally do a little bit of cleanup. But let's just talk a little bit about that twister that went through more. Really, it was finally rated as an EF5 as we were anticipating yesterday. Estimated peak wind 200 to 210 miles an hour. It was 17 miles long. The path width at its maximum was 1.3 miles. Now, one of the most interesting facts I found from this survey done by the National Weather Service, it went from an EF0 to an EF4 in the matter of 10 minutes. 4 miles it took for this tornado to strengthen, and that's how quickly things can get out of hand. This went a huge, large wedge tornado. Haven't seen any reports of that today, even though portions of that where the tornado watch is are under a strong to moderate risk for those tornadoes and for some of those severe weather chances. We are not looking at any severe weather in our neck of the woods, just a slight chance for a little bit of a pop-up shower. This is just going to be a run-of-the-mill shower or thunderstorm in the middle of the day, not going to be severe. We are still on the warm sector of the same storm system that's bringing all the weather down to the south. We do have the heat, we have a little bit of humidity, and we have the wind, of course, and that creates a little bit of twist in the atmosphere. Down to the south, though, that's what creates those tornadoes. You can see that chance for severe weather tomorrow morning. For us, though, as this low pressure pushes on to the east, we're going to start to look at some colder air pushing in from Canada as we go throughout the day on Wednesday. So we'll drop down into the 60s where we're supposed to be for May, but it will be accompanied with some rain showers wrapping around this huge area of low pressure. So tomorrow, I think, is the much better day to have the umbrella with you, especially during the afternoon and evening. Some going to get about a half an inch to an inch of rain in the bucket from Wednesday through Thursday morning. It will continue to cool down as high pressure slides on in from Canada. That means 50s in our forecast. That's where we're going to be tonight. 57 degrees for our overnight low overnight tonight. Again, increasing clouds, a spotty shower possible. The winds start to decrease, and then tomorrow eventually we get a wind off the lake. It will be colder, especially at the lakefront. 66 tomorrow for a high. Colder. Off and on scattered rain showers. Won't be raining the entire day, but a better chance for those rain showers. And then tomorrow night cooling off even more. But again, this is closer to where we're supposed to be. 48 for an overnight low, and then a high of 58 degrees on Thursday. That's going to be slightly cooler than average. But we bounce back up to 60 with sunshine on Friday and Saturday. That's your pick day out of the Memorial Day weekend. Sunday and Monday, chances for rain. It will not be a washout of Memorial Day weekend, but just keep that in mind for any plans you have for the holiday, guys.
A lot more like spring than summer for the next 7 days.
Yes.
All right, Jesse, thanks.
And now more of what's hot.
Again, we're joined by Barb Bartline, and Jeff Wagner from News Radio 620 is here again. Our next topic today. Victoria's Secret says it won't make a survivor bra line. A Virginia woman appealed to the store to create a line of bras that would help breast cancer survivors feel sexy again after a mastectomy. The company has rejected that request.
I'm in total agreement with these women. I can't believe they rejected this. They're supposed to be leaders in helping women feel good about themselves and their body image. They justify their decision, by the way, by the fact that they give a lot of money to the Susan B. Komen Fund and other research. Unfortunately, many women, including myself, take issue even with that because most of that money goes into research for treatment. $0 are going into research for prevention and the causes of breast cancer for women. So I'm looking to the company to take a look at their stance and do some revisions.
Well, but Barb, that's not the only reason Victoria's Secret says it can't do that. What they say is, I mean, they make mass market type of products. They say that the issue with fitting, it's just not something that they can do on the mass market type of basis. My guess is they probably also don't think there's money to be made in this, in all honesty, too.
Well,
but
that's the issue.
The
right.
question is, can they do it? Because I would imagine that this, as Jeff mentioned, requires special fitting. So
right,
how do you do
say.
that? You can't just make, one mass-produced bra, it has to be fit personally to each individual woman. And then maybe, you know, made once you have the measurements.
But I think they could become a leader in this. If they really serviced women, I think this is something they need to look at. They're supposed to have the expertise. And you're right, Jeff, they mass produce. But there are millions of cancer survivors that could use this service and have it readily available. Maybe not at every Victoria's Secret store, but what about at least in the ones in larger cities where women can turn to them for the help they need?
All right, retirement age, real quick. We don't have a lot of time for this third topic. It went from 57 to 61. Is this because people just want to work longer, or do they have to because of the state of the economy?
Well, people are living longer, number one, and I think people aren't ready for retirement now. I mean, if you look at some of the later baby boomers...
57 sounds awfully young, doesn't it, to be retired?
I thought 65 was retirement age.
These days, it's really young.
Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. But people are healthier, people are living longer, and a lot of people haven't prepared for their retirement. So I think it's going to be... I think you're going to see the Social Security age move up dramatically as Social Security starts to run out of money.
Yeah, and I think the Social Security age is pretty arbitrary anyways. Who said at 65, 66, whatever that, you can't work anymore?
All right, we're out of time. We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back. Thank you both.